reggae, play the blues, the blues, the blues. Make you do as I do, I do, I do. Enjoy yourself, baby boo, boo, boo. Even your boo get a boo, boo, boo. Share the gala, share the booze, booze, booze. Everybody wanna do, do. As far as the money they pay, EBO pop champagne. Baba see bad the way them the boo. You don't know I'm a catchy the bull. See money for flow like swimming pool. Yeah, you dey give me wings like wedding bull. Baby, anything you want to make I do.
So welcome to Supreme Academy, indicator strategy for Nasdaq 100. My name is Juan. I'm your host for this presentation. This is a very short video because you don't need to know a lot of things. It's just an indicator you apply to the chart, and you just trade based on the indicator. Okay, so one of the most important things when you're trading Nasdaq 100 is support and resistance and demand and supply, because unlike the currencies most of the time they will fool people around these areas of support and resistance, but when it comes to Nasdaq, it tends to respect it very well. People find it difficult to trade Nasdaq because of the drawdown. Okay, sometimes you may get out of a good trade because of a small drawdown, that is why first of all you should make sure that your psychology is good. If you're afraid to lose money, then I'm telling you, you're going nowhere with trading. I choose to trade indices because they generate results in a very short period of time. I mean, you don't have to wait for a lot of time for a setup to play out like in Forex. So when I'm trading, because I also do trade GBP or pound, that is a currency, I'm actually a friend of volatility. I like volatile pairs or pairs that moves a lot, and that is why I'm into Nasdaq and volatility is 75. So because I may not be able to teach you price action, but I have shared the course there that I think teaches price action better. You can go through the course first and understand the most basic principles of price action. So for me, I'm gonna show you this as a bonus strategy, using a simple indicator to just enter a trade. Okay, so what you see here is Nasdaq 100 chart, and this is a print. You can only see RSI, the default in settings. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another indicator. I'm gonna insert another indicator. Okay, so so this indicator, most of the time, the only time frame I use to trade using this indicator is 15 minutes, but as your choice, you can choose any time frame you want, but in my case I use 15 minutes and sometimes 5 minutes. Okay, so this is an update of an area strategy, an area indicator strategy I did on another website, but using a different indicator. However, sometimes you don't want to pay much attention to indicators. Okay, you just want to concentrate on price. But sometimes when it comes to things like indexes, I mean, sometimes indicators help. Even in forex, sometimes there's some few indicators like the moving average. It can help to determine some things. So we cannot rule out indicators like 100%, but we just use the indicators as suitable. For instance, this indicator here just draws, it is an updated version of Moremad indicator. It just calculates the pivot on these levels here based on the rule, Moremad rule. Okay, so this is a simple indicator that you can use to trade Nasdaq very effectively. If you don't want to stress so much thinking about price action, because when it comes to price action, there's a lot of complication and you have to have the background of price action before you even but if you're looking for a way to trade faster, you use this indicator. It's effective, but remember, there is no regret in trading. What you do, you all trade probabilities, and we say that if you have a strategy that is over 60% and your win ratio and your risk to reward ratio is considerable, your risk is lower than your reward, you will be profitable in the forex market or in trading. Okay, so this will give you 90% probability, this indicator, but you have to follow what I'm going to tell you. Okay, most of the time what happens is that we use these levels to enter a trade. Okay, but we use these levels in conference with the RSI here. Okay, so for instance, if you check from here, like you must first of all put what we call session breaks or the period separators, so that you know this is the beginning of this day, so this is another day, this another day, this another day. Okay, if you look at that chart, you will see that almost in every level the market is reversing. I mean, this indicator is so perfect. Sometimes I love this indicator more than anything. It doesn't not actually matter what you do to make money in trading, provided that what you're using is generating results. It does not really matter. So we cannot rule the use of indicators 100%. We must use these indicators where necessary. Okay, if for instance you use an indicator and it generates results, I mean, you have every valid reason to use that indicator. So but not every indicator. For instance, this indicator is a price action indicator because it draws the areas of demand and supply. It draws those pivot. It calculates pivot points and draws support, resistance, and the areas that will probably the market reverse. Okay, and I find them very much effective, and for Nasdaq and most indices, they respect this reverse. I mean, you cannot ignore support and resistance. However, if you use support and resistance trading currencies, you're going to be screwed, because those people play around with those key levels or those support and resistance in currencies to trick you into entering a trade. So you must be very careful. Don't use this in forex. Use this in Nasdaq 100 because it's something that is tested. Okay, so it's very simple. You just come here and wait for a price to go to a certain level. Okay, first of all, we all know that when you see a consolidation, you know there is something a consolidation tells you something. It gives you information. That is probably one of the best things about trading. I mean, you're not blank. If you look at a chart like this, you cannot be able. Sometimes you will not be able to tell what will happen. If, for instance, if I remove this indicator, here. Now, if you look at this chart right there, from here, if you remove that indicator like right there, then you look at this chart right here, you can see clearly that this chart is on a range mode. Okay, this chart is on a range mode. Okay, so what is in the mind of every trader? You really don't know. When the market is in the middle here, it's up in the middle here, you cannot really tell what will happen unless you read price action. Okay, unless you read the price action. But when you draw the zones like that, you can be able now to see clearly. Now let me repeat here. Now if you look at the chart like that, you cannot really be able to tell what will happen. You cannot, unless you read the price action. However, if now you connect, you can see clearly that this is a range. You can see clearly that this is a range. Okay, so when you're doing price action, there are those price action patterns that are there, and people tend to ignore these patterns. But I'm telling you, simple things in trading, Pardon, somebody is calling me. Let me just post this video. So sorry about that. So I was telling you that if you don't utilize this pad or this window here to do your technical analysis, I mean, you're gonna be stuck. Okay, so this indicator tells you stuff. I mean, it tells you barriers they are there in the market. So let me just show you. Let me get the indicator back. So if you look at this market, you will see that almost in every level, look at that. That is one trade. This is another trade. And what I do, I just scalp. I don't hold a lot. I just scalp. People may have their opinions that scalping doesn't work. Well, it works for me. Here's the thing, you don't have to listen what people say. I mean, you just work with what works for you. You will listen to so many people's opinions and you will not be able to find yourself. Okay, I have studied many courses and I can tell you, I can give you my opinion based on those courses. But I don't want to do that because my style may be different from your style. Okay, so the first thing is to understand that in trading there is no holy grail. Okay, you'll never find a holy grail in trading. What you do, you just want a strategy that is over 90%, not even 90%. If you have a strategy that is over 60%, and you have a good risk to reward ratio, you're going to make money. Okay, you're going to make money. I'm a friend of volatility, so I like pairs that moves. I like things that moves. I don't like waiting the whole day for a trade to play out. I used to trade Euro USD sometimes ago, but now I don't. I trade GBP, I trade Nasdaq, I trade volatility 75 because I like volatility and it suits my style. So you have first of all to find what type of a trader are you. So wasting, someone is calling me. Let me just first of all pause the video. Sorry guys. So I was I'm sorry about that. Somebody was calling me. So as I was telling you, this indicator is very simple. When the price comes to a certain level, so you will always see your indicator like that, and strong pivot reverse, ultimate support. So when it breaks the extreme overshoot, the indicator will recalculate everything and draw other levels. Okay, so so when the price comes to any level, you praise a sell. Okay, like for instance here you would have praised a sell immediately after the close of this candle or the touch of this. Okay, and in this scenario the market did even better because it did a lot of consolidation here. Okay, creating what we call an order block, or an area of interest. Okay, this is now an area of interest. And you can trade this. Actually, this one candle, you can make a lot of money from just this candle. It alone may show you one or two examples of a trade based on the same. So first of all, don't be afraid to enter a trade. Have a defined stop loss. Okay, most of the time I'm telling you, this price will reverse off these levels. It's something that I have personally tested. I'm not telling you about something that is out of the moon. I mean, something that is not realistic. I'm telling you this is realistic. It may sound stupid, but maybe somebody has never tried. Try it. I have tried it myself, and this is an indicator strategy using this indicator just to try it. Okay, so your confluence is the RSI. So like when the price is at that level and RSI is overbought here, you sell. Okay, when the place is oversold, is oversold and the price here is on a certain level, like here it's the RSI is oversold here, but it's not on a certain level, so you don't have a good confidence for the trade. Okay, but for this trade here, you can see the market here was overbought and the market is setting on a certain level here. Okay, there are some scenarios where the market will be on this level, but it will not be oversold or overbought here, but it will be on that. Trade that confluence with the RSI gives the best results. But in my case, sometimes I just use the indicator itself to trade. Okay, to trade. Look at this. How much would you have made here? This is a level that you have entered a trade. This is another level that you would have bought a trade. Okay, and this movement is just enough for you, because what I do, because I'm scalping, I open in positions with a bigger lot size, and actually I go for 2-1 candle. Actually I don't hold for so much. I don't wait. I don't chase the whole move, and that is how I've been able to be consistent. Although this is not like the only strategy I use, but I'm telling you it is super effective. This will give you over 90% probability. Most of the trades, look here, this is a trade, this is a trade, it broke, this is another trade. I'm going to show you how to trade this on the price action, but when you're using this indicator, trade this and scalp. Don't hold too much, enter with a big lot size, sell over here, buy over here. Okay, those are the two trade. Don't chase the whole move. Target 2 candles profit or 1 candle profit, 15 minutes. Sometimes I go for 5 minutes. Okay, so this is another trade here. You'd have sold here, you'd have sold again here. So this is another trade here. So here you see this candle here, this candle, you enter the trade here. Okay, I don't know why you would have entered a trade here, but again I can assure you that this trade, the candlestick before it closed, it first of all reversed before initially coming to close. Okay, if so it's just that simple. Okay, so look at what is happening now. The market came to, and you can see the RSI was very close to the oversold. Okay, it reversed. Look at this. The market created an M formation here. I traded this. I traded this. I'm going to show you in another video, an example video for the indicator strategy. Okay, look at this. I'm telling you, try it yourself and prove me wrong. If you follow that, and you don't have to think, you don't have to stress yourself, you don't have to think a lot. Okay, but again, when you see a consolidation, just show that you're on to something, because initially a consolidation on this level actually or any other level tells you that something big is gonna happen. There will be a breach, there will be a break. Okay, and you have to trade. I'm gonna show you how to trade these consolidations on the other strategy. It's there. It's also on the price action course that I shared with you earlier, and this is an update. There was another strategy for indicator, but this is an update for those people from the previous websites. So this is about it. Okay, you just trade on these levels. Enter a trade when the market is at this level. Don't be afraid of this, and have a defined stop. Like for instance, if you have a stop loss down here, and if you take something like Fibo retracement levels and you press there, you will see that he's exactly at 61 retracement level there. Okay, that is another conference. You have this market come retracing to that level there, and you can see here clearly that you have an area of significance. Then this candle was unable. There's a huge there's a rejection here. Why did the market reject around that area there? Ask yourself why. That is why this market is reversing, and it's at this level, and it is a Fibo retracement area. So you have to use your brains. This strategy, you just don't have to think. You don't have to do any kind of analysis. It is simple as that, and you have to keep it as simple as that. Just trade on these levels. Rule number 1: don't hold your trades too much. Chase 2 candles profit. Use a bigger lot size make your $800, $1,000 in 2 candles and close your trades. That is about it. Okay, so this here is a consolidation. Okay, your first trade will be this candle here, your second trade will be this candle here, and your stop loss, very minimum stop loss above there. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to trade the breaches. The third upcoming webinar, I'm going to show you where I show my live account, because I have 3 live accounts. Okay, I have a main account, I have the account that I use to show my students, and I have 3 accounts for Nasdaq. I also have other accounts for volatility 75 and forex trading. I have other accounts as well. So out of all those accounts, it's only Nasdaq account and volatility account that has at least a considerable amount of money, not much but considerable. Okay, so what you look for, you just wait the market to come at this level. If you confront with the RSI, you trade. So the other option is you can just use the indicator itself without the RSI here. But if you find a trade that confronts it with the RSI and Fibo, that is your trade. So this strategy, you don't have to think about the trend, you don't have to think about it, because you trade either way. So you see, like here, the trend was up, and there's a retracement. So the trend is up like that, but you are counter trending, because when you sell, you are counter trending. Okay, so you don't have to really know to put trend into perspective. You just have to trade on the levels, and it may sound stupid as but I'm telling you, as stupid as it sounds, they will give you money, trust me. Okay, so that is it, guys. So good luck. The webinar will be sent via, the notification for the webinar will be sent via email. I hope you guys are gonna be enjoying the webinar. We're gonna be discussing the Nasdaq, and we will do some live trading, I hope so, with the webinar. And thank you for being with me. Okay,
reggae play the blues, make you do as I do. Enjoy yourself, baby boo, cause even your boo get a boo. Share the gala, share the booze, everybody wanna do. As far as the money they pay, EBO pop champagne. Baba si bad the way them the boo. You don't know how to catch the bull.